Welcome to Spaceverse, your portal to cosmic adventures. Imagine a breathtakingly vast and alien world so grand that it's almost beyond our wildest dreams. Here, canyons plunge to staggering depths and mountains soar to towering heights, all visible from the great expanse of space. Amid this awe-inspiring landscape lies a tantalizing glimpse of humanity's future, a remarkable new home, light years away from Earth. This might just be the most thrilling vision yet for our next great adventure, building a colony on another world, the Valley of Mariner. Valles Marineris is not just the largest canyon in our solar system, it's a colossal and awe-inspiring feature that dominates the Martian landscape. Stretching across the planet's equator like a monumental scar, this canyon system is so vast that it can be seen from orbit. The name Valley of Mariner pays tribute to NASA's Mariner 9, a pioneering spacecraft that became the first man-made object to orbit Mars in 1972. Mariner 9 provided a detailed photographic survey of the Martian surface, mapping approximately 70% of the planet's landscape and uncovering both the deepest valleys and the tallest peaks known in our solar system. This impressive network of interconnected canyons, troughs, and cliffs extends for a staggering 4,000 kilometers from east to west, roughly equivalent to the length of the continental United States. At its widest point, the canyon system spans 600 kilometers, and its depths plunge to an incredible 7 kilometers. The walls of Valles Marineris are a geological tapestry, revealing layers of rock in various types, colors, and compositions. These layers provide valuable clues about Mars' ancient geological history. The floor of the canyon showcases a diverse array of geological formations, including landslides, debris flows, and sedimentary deposits, adding to the complexity of this extraordinary landscape. This Martian terrain is markedly different from the more familiar flat and accessible regions we've explored with rovers over the past 3 decades. When it comes to safely landing and navigating rovers on Mars, we typically opt for relatively flat and easily traversable areas to avoid costly failures. The last thing we want is to invest $5 billion in a rover only for it to become stranded on its first day. However, as we look towards the future, the prospect of sending humans and large equipment to Mars opens up exciting possibilities. The Valleys of Mariner, with its dramatic and varied terrain, will become the focal point of exploration and discovery. So, how does such a vast and intricate canyon system come into existence? What natural forces could create a scar so profound that it becomes visible from space? Understanding the formation of Valles Marineris requires examining its location and its role as a bridge between 2 vastly different Martian regions. To the west lies the volcanic Tharsis region, home to some of the largest volcanoes in the solar system. To the east, we encounter the chaotic terrain, characterized by jumbled, broken rock formations and a landscape marked by irregularly shaped blocks and collapsed material. The interaction between these 2 regions may hold the key to unlocking the mystery of Valles Marineris. The canyon acts as a connection between the volcanic and chaotic terrains, and understanding this relationship could reveal more about the forces that shape this remarkable feature. The complex geological processes at play, from volcanic activity to tectonic forces, contribute to the canyon's formation and its striking appearance. As we continue to explore and study Mars, Valles Marineris will remain a central focus, offering insights into the planet's past and the potential for future exploration. The chaos terrain. Yes, chaos terrain is indeed a real term. It's a feature unique to Mars and other extraterrestrial landscapes with no true counterpart on Earth. This terrain is characterized by disordered, fractured, and highly disrupted rock formations. Typically, it includes irregularly shaped blocks of mesas surrounded by valleys or areas of collapsed material. These blocks can span tens of kilometers, rise several hundred meters high, and have steep, rugged sides. The exact formation process of this landscape remains largely unknown. The channels between the mesas may have formed due to the collapse of underlying material, possibly triggered by the withdrawal of subsurface water or ice. This collapse could happen gradually over time or suddenly due to events like impacts or seismic activity. The volcanic region. To find the source of this seismic activity, we turn west to the Tharsis region. Mars lacks tectonic plates, but boasts some of the largest volcanoes in the solar system concentrated in this area. The 4 largest volcanoes in Tharsis form a distinctive triangular pattern, with Olympus Mons, the biggest of them all, at the apex. This geological feature is so immense that it's visible from space. One prominent theory about the formation of Valles Marineris is that it resulted from the immense weight of this volcanic region and its impact on the planet's crust. Since Mars lacks plate tectonics, its surface behaves like an eggshell. When excessive pressure is applied to a small section, it can crack. Over billions of years, the enormous mass of these volcanoes gradually exerted enough pressure on Mars's surface to cause it to split open, forming the vast canyon system of Valles Marineris. This pressure may have also contributed to the collapse of ancient underground rivers in the area, adding to the chaotic terrain. The labyrinth. One of the most striking examples of Martian fracturing can be seen in a region known as Noctis Labyrinthis, or the Labyrinth of the Night, a truly impressive name for an extraordinary feature in our solar system. Noctis Labyrinthis is believed to have formed through a combination of tectonic, volcanic, and erosional processes linked to the nearby volcanic activity. This region is marked by a complex network of canyons, some reaching up to 30 kilometers wide and 6 kilometers deep, and is filled with landslides and dunes sculpted by Martian winds. Noctis Labyrinthis serves as a transitional zone between the volcanic Tharsis region and the Grand Canyons of Valles Marineris. It is within this labyrinth and the surrounding valleys that planetary scientists have uncovered a significant ancient secret, revealed in March 2024. The volcano. In a remarkable discovery, researchers have identified a massive, deeply eroded shield volcano precisely at the juncture where Noctis Labyrinthis meets Valles Marineris. This volcano has been aptly named Noctis Mons, or Mountain of the Night. Standing over 9 kilometers tall and stretching 450 kilometers wide, Noctis Mons is a colossal structure whose size and intricate features suggest it has been active for an extensive period. Its surface has been so heavily eroded that it is nearly unrecognizable as a volcano, although it is believed that Noctis Mons may have remained active into relatively recent times. Here's why this discovery is so intriguing, beyond just its breathtaking location. Along with the volcano, scientists have identified a vast 5,000 square kilometers area of volcanic deposits encircling its base. This terrain features what are known as rootless cones, mounds formed by explosive steam venting or swelling when a layer of hot volcanic material settles on a water or ice surface. Essentially, this massive perimeter emerged when volcanic material landed on a glacier and chemically interacted with the ice. The shape of these rootless cones hints that beneath the blistered volcanic surface, there may be a substantial glacier. This glacier could measure at least 6 kilometers in length, 4 kilometers in width, and 2 kilometers in thickness. Such a significant amount of accessible water ice is an invaluable resource for any potential Martian colony. This has been a long-standing challenge in planning future settlements. While Mars has enormous ice caps at its poles, these are likely the least favorable places for human habitation. The equatorial region is much more inviting, with temperatures reaching up to 20 degrees Celsius on pleasant days. However, extracting water from surface soil here would be labor-intensive and yield minimal returns. A subsurface glacier within Noctis Labyrinthis offers the ideal solution: abundant, easily accessible water along with a more temperate Martian climate. This environment offers some fantastic additional benefits. For starters, it significantly boosts our chances of discovering signs of past life on Mars. The interaction between lava and ice in this volcanic region could have created an ideal setting for simple bacterial life. If life ever existed on Mars, this is likely where we'd find evidence of it. Moreover, there are practical advantages to establishing a base in one of Mars' deep canyons. The lower you go relative to Mars's average sea level, the higher the atmospheric pressure you encounter. Mars' surface pressure is about 150 times lower than Earth's sea level, which makes it a harsh environment for humans. However, in the depths of these canyons, the pressure would be closer to 90 times less than Earth's, reducing the difference we'd need to manage. Increased atmospheric density at these depths also means better protection from cosmic radiation. While it won't make Mars safe, any reduction in exposure to harmful cosmic particles is a major plus. Additionally, being in a canyon provides more shielding from physical threats like meteorites. The width of the canyon will influence how effectively we can minimize impacts from space debris. Ultimately, while Mars is an incredibly hostile environment, it remains our best option for a second home in the solar system. Until we develop the capability to explore distant worlds like Saturn's moon Titan, Mars is our prime candidate. But that's a topic for another discussion. And that's it. Thanks for exploring Mars with us. From Valles Marineris to Noctis Labyrinthus, we've uncovered some incredible features and future possibilities for the Red Planet. If you enjoyed the journey, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more cosmic content. See you next time on Spaceverse.